Hey Riley, we're back. Okay, so in time for episode 2, do you like the little chest plate that I picked up somewhere? I can't remember where I got that from, but doesn't really matter. We're still cooking up all of our dust and things like that, but I'm starting to think that we really should begin to improve our machinery and find a better source of power. I want to get back down in the mine and do a bit more mining and find myself some more diamonds. And it's going to be a lot easier if I can make a hammer, which means we're going to need to set up our Tinker's Construct Smeltery, and I also need to improve my food situation. So the smeltery, you can make it, from 2x2 up to about 7x7. So I'm just making a small one. 2x2, I've made a little hole in the ground here. You'll see why it's shaped like that in a minute. And then over here, I've sort of made a little 5x5 area for me to go and get some cows and stuff, and start to actually breed some cows. Now, getting cows in vanilla, it's a little bit annoying, because what you've got to do is go and find some and then lead them back to your house. Cotton. Yeah, that's enough. I've got 12 cotton. What else have I got here? I need to find a piece of leather. I think I've got one. I could be wrong. And I could also do with a slime ball. There we go, there's a slime ball. I don't have leather. That's very annoying. I'm just going to take out this safari net for a moment. And then, where's a cow? There's a cow. Let's go and get some leather from the cow. Hello, Mr. Cow. Yes. Don't you love the fireworks? That's pretty cool. Alright, drop one of these off. So I'm going to need that. And the other thing we're going to make today and start to experiment with a little bit is you put 7 stone like this, a bit of glass pane, which you know how to make, a bit of redstone, and you get a computer. Alright, 7 iron, a chest, and a computer makes a turtle. You know how to make a diamond pickaxe? Put that with the turtle and we get a mining turtle. So we're just going to put that down here for a moment. We'll need him a little bit later on when we go hunting for some obsidian. But in the meantime, we get 4 bits of string. Put them on the edges. I think this goes on the top and this one in the middle. There we go. We get another one of these single-use safari nets. You can't stack them or anything. But what you can do with it is, look at my mini-map. We're up over that way, I think. We're going to go and find some cows. And there's some cows. So we'll just grab one of these. And you right click the cow with the safari net, and now it says, instead of saying that, it now says cow, 10 health. Let's go and find another one. Here we go. Alright, and we've got 2 of them. Head off back home. What do we got here? Ground gardens. Carrot, rhubarb, peanuts. Rutabaga. Radish. Got some awesome stuff. Alright. The carrots are handy. I'll grow some of those. So we come back to our little farm. when I'm doing farms for animals, I always use sort of a double gate, because sometimes when you open the gate to go in the area, they'll escape, and at least this stops them from going too far. Actually, I can do this from outside, and that way there's no chance of escape. So, point at the ground with our safari net, and we get our cow back. Awesome. Now you do lose them because, like it said, it's a single-use safari net, but you know, a little bit later on we'll end up making a safari net that can be used multiple times. But in order to make that, it's a little bit expensive. It's this one, reusable safari net, and it costs 4 ender pearls and a ghast tear. It's still quite useful though. Okay, so we've got some cows. We can breed some cows. Come here, cows. Yay! We've got a baby cow. Awesome. That's very handy. Okay, what else we got happening? Ender pearls are doing okay. Right. But like I said, you know, I think our first thing that we're going to get up and running is our Tinker's Smeltery. Yeah, where's our book? Materials are new. Okay, this tells us how to do a few bits and pieces. Getting started, it's worth actually reading through, like whenever you see some of these books, some of them are really worth reading through. The ComputerCraft one is more of a guidebook. It doesn't really tell you how to approach it, but this one's not too bad. Okay, so you read through all this, and it says, you know, the first step is creating a blank pattern, and then you can, yeah, make a part builder, stencil table, other things like that. Alright, so these are the recipes for how to make all of your bits and pieces. In order to make our hammer, I'll show you as we go. And actually, can I? Yeah, I do have enough slabs. I'll go and store these over near the my books over near where I keep my smeltery. Just got everything in one place. Another bookshelf. So we're going to have our smeltery here, and our little work area is going to be along here. So I'll just put that on the wall there. All good. No worries. So, getting started, we need some of those blank patterns. There you go. 32 of them. Yay. Alright. Next up, a pattern and a plank is a stencil table. So we need a pattern and a plank. And that gives us our stencil table. And you might have noticed 2 more books suddenly appeared in my inventory when I made this. So that's how you tend to get the new books and bits and pieces like that. You can make them. You know, there's recipes for them. So this one is blank pattern and paper will give you the first book, and then if you put that into a crafting grid, it gives you the second one. Put the second one into a crafting grid, and it gives you the third one, and so on. Alright, but we don't need to worry about that so much. Okay, so we'll put this here. The next thing we're going to need is The pattern chest is the next thing to make, which requires a chest. So we'll come down here. Good. Alright. Blank pattern. There we go. There's our pattern chest. Next. So we've got our stencil table, we've got our pattern chest, we need our part crafter, which is a log and a stencil, a pattern, blank pattern. There's our part builder. And the last thing we're going to need is, well, we've got a tool station, right? Which is a crafting table and a blank stencil. But you can also make something called a tool forge, which is going to require a tool station here, 4 blocks of any kind of metal, you can make it from pretty much anything, and 3 blocks of this stuff called seared brick. You know, it doesn't tell you what it is, but that's what it is. If we go and have a look at tool forges, yeah, you can see they're made from all sorts of stuff. You know, you can make them from diamond blocks. What's this one? This one's gold. This one's iron. Aluminium. You know, all sorts of things. You can just make them from all sorts of stuff. Yeah, very straightforward, very simple. Blocks of steel. Alumite. Copper. Yeah. You get the idea, you know, there's actually... Let's go and have a look down in our little box. Do you know something? I think we've got enough copper to be able to afford, like, because I've got a stack and a half there and I've got over a stack and a half there. I think copper, I can actually afford to make my tool station. But I need my seared brick first. So, we need a crafting table. And a blank pattern, and that gives us our tool station. So we'll just put that here for the moment. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make another chest, just for storing bits and pieces in. And I want some gold. Yeah, I want some gold. I want a nice chest. Five. Waiting. Waiting. I think at some point I'm going to have to actually start cleaning up my boxes outside and get some proper organisation and storage happening, because it's a bit of a mess at the moment. It's hard to find anything. Okay. Tool station, and this is just for storing some stuff in. I know they've all grown, but what I want to do is I actually want to make some 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that'll do. I want to make some end stone because, like I said, these things grow so much faster on end stone than they do on normal things. So we've got materials in you, good. And it also tells you a few other bits and pieces. You can make little drying racks to hang things on. Or berry bushes, I've spoken to you about. Slime channels, bounce pads, punji sticks. These are quite cool. You make some... Actually, I think I've got enough stuff here to make them. Apparently I was wrong. Oh no. Okay. These are good for traps or protecting your house or stuff like that. So, like that, and you get a pile of punji sticks. Alright. So if you put them on if you right click it on a block, you get one, and you can actually put up to 5, and they do hurt. They hurt a fair bit. So it's a good trap to sort of leave around, or if you find you've got problems with mobs coming from a particular area, you can just stake out a few punji sticks and you're all good. Alright. Now, so that's that book done. It just teaches you how to put together the basic bits and pieces. Next up is we move on to book 2, and this tells you, first of all, it goes through the various tools and other things like that and what you need in order to make it. I wouldn't worry too much about this because all of this information is actually in your tool station. It tells you, you need a pickaxe head and a tool binding and a handle in order to make them, right? Alright, so getting started. Is any of these actually going to teach you how to make grout? Here we go. Alright, good. I should have just kept on going through this. You can make little barriers, barricades and stuff. And it tells you, once you're more established, you can process metals in a efficient manner. The scope of the smelter is beyond this book, but a few recipes will get you started. Alright, so in order to make our bits and pieces, right, we need to make grout, cook grout to get seared brick, and you can make seared brick into this kind of thing. You've got your Smeltery controller recipe. There's a way of making books. If you don't have leather, you can use a piece of string and 2 blank patterns. Yeah, alright. Sleeping bag. I'm not going to bother going inside. Alright, so that's what we need. In order to move on to, having our smeltery, we need to make a bunch of grout and cook it up into seared bricks. Okay, so I'm going to get... What do I need? I need a stack of clay, a stack of sand, and I need some gravel. Do I have a stack of gravel hanging around? I might. I don't. I need 6 more. And I know where to find some because it was annoying me down the bottom of my mine. Let's just quickly head down there. Here we go. And I need 6 bits. There we go. Good. I don't know if you hear my little baby in the background. She's having a bit of fun out there. Back up to home. Back up to home. Right, so gravel, sand, and clay gives me grout. I am grout. Very good. Alright, I am going to cook that up. It's probably more efficient if I cook it up in here. Alright, I'm going to do that. I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, we're back. Sorry, I'm back. I just left myself in creative so that all my stuff could cook and look after my kid. Okay, so we're back. We've got 2 stacks of seared bricks, which is quite nice. And now we need to start making the parts for our smeltery. Now we don't just need like a controller and stuff like that. We need a bunch of these bricks. We've got a smeltery controller, and that's all it's telling me about at the moment. So let's just make a controller. And some brick. You know, I would have expected that I got my 3rd book with that. Oh well. Let's, in the meantime, we'll upgrade our tools to. I'm just curious. I'm going through it like this so that I can figure out exactly which thing you have to do in order to get your 3rd book. Ah, there we go. We've already got it. I think we got it when we got the smeltery controller. I'm not entirely sure. So, our controller, we're going to put down. Let's put it here. Alright. And now we need some bricks. So I'll just turn all this into bricks. Bricks go on the bottom. What else do we need? We need... A smelter is a multi-block structure. You need the following to get started. A controller, a tank, some bricks, any combination of... Don't worry about that. This book was written when a smeltery had to be 3x3. That's been changed. Seared bricks, tanks or drains, a faucet and a casting table. And that's what a basic one looks like. So, controller, we've got a drain, is 6 of them like that. A tank is like a controller but with a piece of glass in the middle. You can see glass. Faucet, we've got in a V, like making a bucket. Casting channel, interesting. Table is 7 like that, and a basin is like that. So let's head on down here. Okay, now I'm going to want a tank next. So we'll do this, put the glass in the middle, and we get our seared tank. Now whereabouts am I going to put this? I'm going to put this at the back here. Alright. And then we're going to, just fill in the sides with some seared brick, and all of a sudden you can see that that's started with the fire. We've got 4 blocks in the middle, which gives us 4 melting spots here, which is not big enough. We still need lava, and we still need some way of getting our materials out. Alright, so let's just get rid of that. Put that in there. Okay, so we need a drain. And actually, I'm going to make 2 drains, because I want a casting table and a basin. Alright, so let's grab those. And that means I need a faucet or 2. Okay, let's go and put them in and see how we're going. So I'll put the basin on this side and the casting table here. And then we need our 2 drains. One goes here and one goes here. If you muck around with this stuff, you'll figure out that you're pretty flexible with how you arrange things. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll just put that there for the moment. And then the faucets go on the drains. And these are how you actually get metals and liquids out of the smeltery into whatever we're doing, whatever we're working with. Now, how are we doing? So far we've got a thing that can hold 8. I like to have my smeltery a bit taller than that, so I'm going to have to make up some more grout. And that means I need a bunch more gravel. Like a stack of the stuff. Alright, back in a minute. Okay, we'll get our stack of gravel, a stack of sand. Actually, we'll make half. No, we'll make the whole lot. What the hell? Bunch of grout. Awesome. Stick this in here. Okay, that can smelt up for me. And I've got to go and see why my little girl's crying, so I'll be back in a little bit. Okay. We're back. We've got our seared bricks so that we can make a bigger smeltery. I don't have a shovel. Oh well. Yeah, I was out and I managed to, doing a bit of mining because I needed some aluminium ore, and I actually managed to find an abandoned mine, and that gave me, when I was looking around there, some somewhat. Six. Now I've got to remember I need to keep 3 of these bits of seared brick. Alright. So there's our smeltery. It's got a bit of a capacity inside it. It's all good. Alright. Yeah, give me that. Yeah, you see, if you drop stuff in the top, it ends up in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 24. That's reasonable. That's pretty good. And the last thing we need is we need to upgrade our tool station to be a tool forge. And the reason for this is because if you look over the left, these are the things that you can make in a tool station. And we've got our standard stuff like our pick and all that kind of thing, and a couple of other bits and pieces of weapons. But we don't have stuff like our hammer and our excavator and that kind of thing. So we'll run off back inside. Now we need 4 blocks of some kind of metal. We're going to use copper because we've got plenty of copper. 3 seed brick across the top. Tool station goes in the middle here, and we get our tool forge. And with the tool forge, a bit more serious piece of kit. With this, we can actually make all of our extra things. So, whatever that is, a battle axe, crossbow, fantastic. And these are the 3 that I particularly like. I'll probably just make the hammer and the excavator. So you can see I need some bits and pieces here, and I'll show you how to make those in a moment. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, Tinker's weaponry. I'll put that down here, and yeah, we're good. But the next thing we need is we're going to need some means of getting lava to this thing. So what I want is I'm going to want some kind of a tank or some kind of a storage thing, and I'm also going to want some means of pumping lava into the smeltery. So the way I'm going to go about it, I mean, you've got a couple of things here, right? If we put in lava, we need large storage things. You've got a couple of things like a portable tank. You've got this lava tank. You've got there should be a drum somewhere. All of that kind of stuff. This one I think is the best because it's 4 obsidian and 5 glass pane, and that gives you 2 of these tanks. They're really useful. You know, so once we've already got our turtle, so once we go downstairs, we'll find some lava. I'll show you how to write a really basic program to just dig up some lava, and we will collect some obsidian, and that'll give us our tank. Now, in order to get it into the smeltery, we're going to make fluid conduits. All right. Now, there's a couple of types. There's, you know, and that determines how fast that it pumps. All right. Yeah, this one is not real good. Requires quite clear glass, you know, which you can get by smelting up just some sand. Pressurized fluid conduit requires fused quartz, which is 4 nether quartz in an alloy smelter, and then this ender fluid conduit requires fused quartz and vibrant alloy, which is expensive. It requires, you know, to make that you need energetic alloy and an ender pearl. Energetic alloy is redstone, gold, and glowstone dust. So for both of these, I'm going to have to head off to the nether. This one I can just head off to the nether and grab some nether quartz. It's nice and easy. But it also means I need to make this alloy smelter, and that's going to be our next machine. Here it is, alloy smelter. Now this requires 3 furnaces, 4 iron, cauldron is 4 iron, and then this machine chassis, which is iron bars and a capacitor, redstone, gold nuggets, and copper. So there's a bit of a, you know, an investment of especially iron in this thing. I mean, we've got, what, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 6 to make the bars is 17. Yeah, it's a bit of work and a bit of investment. So, oh, and these are our essence berry bushes I found in a cave. So all you have to do is just right click, and you can see I've collected these concentrated essence berry. Now if you look at my XP, awesome. So I'll end up hopefully with a whole bunch of these, probably 25 of them, and I'll make a little XP generation room, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to see how things go. Our wheat was just about ready for harvest. We're growing carrots, we're growing cotton. Canola we need to do something with. And I really want to get these onto some end stone so that they can grow a little better. So, bit confusing. Actually, what I might do is I might make up a little signboard. Across the back here. So we've got a sign. I'll grab some of that and that, and grab some signs and a chest. Alright, so we need to get lava for smeltery. And to do that, we need to get tanks, and that's the name of the mod. And for those, we need obsidian. Also, we're going to need fluid conduits, and they're from Ender.io. And to make those, we need nether quartz, and we need to get the nether quartz we need a obsidian for nether portal, and we're also going to need an alloy smelter. Alright. So, this is our job list. That's what I'm going to do. I'll try and keep this wall clear so that I can write down, you know, what what jobs I've got to do so that we can keep track of what's happening. And once we've got lava for smeltery, we can start to look at making some steel so that we can, you know, make a steel hammer and a steel shovel and get ourselves downstairs and mine up a little bit faster. Alright, so I'm going to leave it here. I've got to go and feed the baby. Alright, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, we're back. We've got our smeltery. Next thing we're going to need is we're going to need some obsidian. We need it for... So here's our little job board. So we need obsidian for the tanks, and we need obsidian for the nether portal to get nether quartz. So let's grab our little turtle. And I need another shovel because I don't have one. Still using stone tools. Fabuloso. Dump the gravel, we don't need it. I've really got to clean up out here. I really, really have got to clean up out here. We'll grab our backpacks that we made earlier. Ditch that. Alright. Now, where can we get some lava? I actually found some not long ago over... Where are we? Lava. Let's turn that off. And here we go. So what we've got to do is add water. And we've got obsidian. Alright. So we're going to make a little program. We're going to use our turtle to dig up the obsidian. Alright. Okay. So we'll put it down. Now the first thing we have to do is we have to give it a name. Alright. Because like if I put some stuff in here, right, and I say refuel all, it's going to eat that and say we've got a fuel level of 80. If I then break the turtle, put it back down again and say refuel, it says I've got no fuel. That's because it only keeps programs and fuel if it's got a name. So we need to give it a name. So we'll go label, set, and you can call it whatever you want. I'm going to call this one Bachuey 1. Awesome. So now if I give it some fuel, fuel level is 80. I'll break it, put it back down, refuel, and it's still got the fuel. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to make a little program, alright? And what we're going to get the turtle to do is to dig out 4 blocks in front of it, turn right, dig ahead, and then come all the way back to the start. So it's going to go here, 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 and here, and then back there, alright? Come here, cow. Alright. So the way we do that is we're just going to call the program, we say edit, and we'll call the program obs for obsidian. Okay? Alright, and here we are. We're in a thing where we can write a program. So what we want to do is we want to... Okay, there's a couple of ways we can go about this. We'll just do this the really simple way. We're just going to put in all the instructions we need it to do. We'll get more complicated a little bit down the track. Come here, cow. Give me some more steak. Okay, so we say turtle dot dig, and then we say turtle dot forward to move forward. Alright, so that's going to dig this and move it forward 1. Alright. So if I just press, it says press Control to access menu. So I want to save the program, and then you can use the arrow keys to move between these two. Edit, exit, and then we say obs. And you can see the turtle's dug one out and then moved forward. Alright, so we'll go back to edit obs, Okay, and we want it to do that a couple of times. We'll get, because we've already dug one out, we'll just get it to do 3. Dot dig. Dot forward. So that's 2. Dig. Turtle dot forward. And we're going to get to night time. Alright. So that's going to dig and move forward all the way to here. And then we need it to turn right. So we go turtle.turn right. And then we've got turtle.dig. Because we've come forward, we've turned right, we need to dig out the one in front of it. And then we can go forward. Which means that we're standing here, looking like that. So we need to turn right again. Turtle.turn right. And then we've got 1, 2, 3 to do. Turtle.dig. Turtle.forward. 1. Dig. Forward. That's 2. Forward. Alright, and that will bring us back to here. So then we just need to dot turn right, turtle dot forward, and then turn right again. Okay, so we've got all of these this whole set of dig instructions and stuff like that. All right, this is as basic as a program can get. Like I said, there are better ways of writing this, and I'll show you them a little bit later, but I just want you to get used to the basics of saying, you know, dig, turn forward, all of that kind of thing. Save, exit, and we type obs, and now our turtle goes and does exactly what we told it to do. Turn, and it's finished. So we've collected 7 bits of obsidian. So now, and remember, we gave it a name, which means that it will save the program. Okay. So we can put it back down again, and we've got some stuff here to dig up. So we just type in obs, and it'll go and do exactly the same thing again. Alright. And then we can dig that up. Come over here and type obs again. Awesome. So I'm just going to keep doing this until I've got a fair bit of obsidian. Okay, let's put it here this time, because remember it's going to turn right. So we go obs. We'll collect it. And we got 3 again. Obs. And the best thing about using a turtle to do this is we gave it a diamond pick so it can mine all of the diamond level stuff. But it's got no durability. It will last forever. If I can actually collect a stack of obsidian, I'll be quite happy. Obs. Well, that turned out well. Alright, next. Let's dig out this bit. Do. And we'll dig out this bit. So I'm trying to plan it so that I get the best use. And finally, we can do this one. Oh, the reason why it's doing that, why it's not moving forward anymore, is because like a turtle can turn or dig or do other stuff, right? But in order to actually move, it needs fuel. And if we do refuel, fuel level is 0. So let's add a little bit more. Refuel all. Fuel level is 160, and let's try that again. Obs. And there we go. How much obsidian have we got? 63. Oh, I think that's probably enough. So let's go home. Alright. So where we're going to put our turtle, we'll just put him up here. They can float. And now we need some tanks. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And we get 6 lava tanks, 6 tanks for lava. And we can also go and make ourselves a nether portal. Let's see now, have I got any fences? Not enough. Have I got any wood? Yes. Have I got any sticks? Yes. Alright. So, I'm going to grab 4 fences. And some fence gates. And some pressure plates. And we also need a piece of iron. Drop you in the furnace so we can get some more food. A piece of flint. Is that flint and steel? Alright, where are we going to put our nether portal? I think we should put it over here. Awesome. Get up on top. Good. Spark it up. Wonderful. Now, like I showed you, I really don't like having zombie pigmen running around my house. It annoys me. So I always put some fence gates, and if I put some pressure plates in front, that means that if I want to go into the nether, it'll automatically close the gate. Now, what else do I need? I need some cobblestone, is what I need. So the first thing I'm going to do is, you know, these leftover blank patterns, I'm just going to drop them in the stencil table. And we'll get back to our stencil table in a little bit. But first of all, we need to go and we need to find ourselves some nether quartz. So let's just run through and dig up some nether quartz and come back home. Hi Riley, how you doing? With my episodes, I try and pick, a theme or a specific task, or maybe two or three that I want to try and get done in that one episode, and I just record until we've done the job. Unfortunately, the task of getting our smeltery up and running and all the other associated bits and pieces that went with it, including writing our ComputerCraft code and all of that sort of thing, ended up going for a lot longer than I thought it would. So I've had to cut the episode off there, and I'll continue on in the next episode, and we'll finish off going to the nether and making our alloy smelter and conduits and finally getting our smeltery up and running, and see what else comes along in that particular episode. I hope that's not too much of an issue for you. This it certainly wasn't expected. I'll get better at doing these episodes as time goes on, and hopefully I can sort of record and pick a task and then record enough to make sort of like a 30-minute episode, and we're done with it. Okay, so that's it for this episode, and I'll see you back in a few minutes for the next one.